Okay, do a video. I will do a video to, okay. So, let me start from the beginning. I gotta get something to prop my phone up against. I think this can, hold it. Perfect. Okay. Hey, everybody. Sorry. To your background. Get messy hair. Oh, it's coming in. No. Okay. So let me start all over for anybody that is new that has, added me on here or subscribe. Hello. My name's Lisa. I was in a 5.5 year DV relationship, and I started this channel as a gateway of escaping the verbal abuse I was sustaining there, and mental abuse by somebody that I had children with. I had found out later he had mental health issues. Was taking meds for it, but he claimed to my mother, "Oh, my friends will go away and I will never have anybody to talk to." He was a narcissistic a-hole, to put it politely. He felt that everybody was against him. My family hated him. He played victim because he felt that it was the right thing to do. We lived off and on. Come on, guys. We lived, let's see, the first 2 years, first year we lived in Auburn. Second year we lived in Tacoma with his cousin. First year we lived in Auburn. That's when my kids were born. And that same year we moved out and moved in with his cousin, and we were not financially stable. How he sorry. You guys had to see that. 1 second. So sorry about that. I got migraines and stomach problems going on for some reason. Anyways, I had recently been in a 6-month relationship, bad situation. My kids' dad was my last and final relationship of the DV situations. I am happily with a guy I love. He's my love. I call him my love for personal preferences. A lot of my videos, you would see me with my hands done. I don't I haven't been in so freaking long. I tried to get my feet done. Sorry, this is totally off topic. It didn't go well. I don't do my feet. I only do my hands. I'm used to doing my hands. My feet, on the other hand, is a bad situation, or bad story. So anyways, back to what I was talking about. 5 years into my relationship with my kids' dad, I started seeing signs where he was not attracted to women. This was somebody that had never been in a relationship before. I was his first and only girlfriend. He was single for over 5-10 years. His dad recently passed away. Two or 3 years before I met him. Before our children were born. At the time, I did care very deeply for him. I did have 2 children with him, so yes, I did care for him. The first year was great. We had 2 children together. We were madly in love, and the second year rolled around. He wasn't really his old self anymore. He was very adamant I was cheating on him. Yes, I was talking to other people, but I was not cheating on him. I would make fake oh, I'm not happy in my relationship. He doesn't love me anymore. I don't feel loved. Stuff like that. I was just talking to people. I was talking to couples. I had one married couple that would talk to me and tell me that everything's fine, you're okay, everything will be okay. I was like, okay. Then he proceeded to say I was sending not very nice images to somebody that involved my peanut, which was not true. He had made up stories in his head. So to give you an FYI, he was an addict for 5 years. We moved out of Washington the 3rd year, so that would make it 2 years we had moved. We had lived with his cousin for a year, and we had moved. We had moved to Wyoming, where I thought his friends over there liked me. It's not true. They tolerated me because I was dating their friend, and how they put it, I had sucked their best friend, which was full of bullshit. Sorry, BS. Excuse my French, I'm sorry. Full of BS, which was not true. They claimed that I had, what was it? No, not convinced. It was something else, like tied their friend down. They lost their single friend, their only single friend they had still left around. Which was true. He was single for like 5 years before he got with me. And he was so convinced, because certain people would make up stories. Okay. I have 2 autistic children, as everybody knows on here. I have 2 autistic children that I'm home 24/7 with. Sometimes I'll go on Sunday to be with my love now, but at the time I was home 24/7 with 2 children. When you have 2 children, you don't get time to clean, and you don't get time to cook, and you definitely don't get time to yourself. So he was convinced that I was a lazy mom. I was a lazy, bad mom. There was one time some female friend of his, I can't remember her name, but we'll call her Sarah for this purpose, told me that I was a horrible mother. To be told that in your early 30s and now late 40s, it hurts and it cuts deep, And once you say that, there ain't no turning back from it. I can say that about my mommy. My mommy said that yesterday. Or no, Friday. That I think she was joking that I was a bad mom because I didn't plug my Peanuts iPad in. Okay. I understand. Okay. But she was joking. That's besides the point. When you're joking and you joke around and you call me a bad mom, that's one thing. But when you say it to the person that you all wanted as a single friend for life, like they were so possessive and hang on. Okay. Please do not send my mother any hate. Okay, it's just joking. Okay, it's not being serious. But my kids' dad, he had some really awful friends. Some really bad, mean, just really, really bad, mean friends. Just a second. Hang on. I am so sorry about that. We have neighbor littles all over the place. We have little people around here. Our poor dogs. We have 2 little dogs, like little dogs. We have a really loud little chihuahua looking dog, and then we have a fat potato. I mean, shaped like an actual potato dog. It's really cute. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. When we get over to Wyoming, I'm under the understanding that we have a place to live, we have a car, and my little people are enrolled in some type of child care over there, and I didn't have to worry about money and finances and all that. So that's what he was telling me. Years later, one second. Okay, so when we land, this is what was told to me by my little dad. We have a place to live, which was like 8 or 10 miles out of town. We have a car, so I didn't have to walk everywhere. Place to live was a lie. Car was a lie. Go. Thank you. Daycare for my little people at the time was a lie. And we could practically buy a house out there, which was also a lie. We had none of that. I was very upset. I was very distraught. I was angry. I was not only angry at my kids' dad, my little's dad, but his friends. We had packed up our belongings over here. And his mom, their other grandmother, which y'all remember the stories I told on here about her. Nice try. Thank you. Leave it. If you got the just say it. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Very sorry about that. That's not a skit. That is real life. Thank you. Okay. 1 second. Sorry. I am very sorry. That is life at my house. Sorry. Life at my mother's home. Anyway, so 3 things. We didn't have a house. We didn't have a place to live. We first started off. We lived in a motel for like 2 weeks. Then we had to move. We lived in a it was like a a little like office building above a company that sold dog food or distribute dog food around the United States. It was some dog food company. While we lived in this place, okay, we were harassed by the woman down below. She didn't like the way my kids made noise. Okay, this was an older lady. You have to understand this was a retirement state. Okay, the country states from Montana all the way down to Texas are retirement states. Okay, they're redneck states. Shut the door. As you guys remember in really earlier videos I always did on this channel, my little man is very loud. He's very, very loud. He's autistic, so he's very loud. I'll show you what he looks like. So that's my little man and my bua. Those are my kids. That's my little man. That's the one that the woman had a problem with. Let's see. What do you want, bub? I'll think of it when they leave the room. Always do when they leave. Okay, so the woman down, like, below us, so our place, so it was like a little... We had the apartment built in our apartment, well, our makeshift apartment was like the side of the building. So we had the slant as part of our apartment. Go. Thank you. The kids are playing outside. You know, little people are playing outside. And our dog is having a heyday about that. Anyways, so the woman, she sent a letter to the landlord that we lived with, or that we were renting from. In the letter, it stated, okay, thank you. Go play. Brian, get it. Just a second. So sorry about that. I had to shoo them out of the living room so they weren't making big old noise. Cover my can. Most YouTubers would show you guys the brand name and all this and that. Anyway, so we got a letter. In the letter it stated that my little man was too loud. There was foul language being used. I'm sorry, I'm from Washington State. We use the 4-letter, okay, 4-letter of every bad word you can think of. I got a trucker mouth, so yeah. Unfortunately, I do use it. Anyway, so she complained to the landlord, and we didn't have a proper apartment. We had an office part. It was for skiing, I guess. It was a skiing apartment or something. We had a restroom, we had a shower, and these are at the time they were 3 or 4 years old. Okay, they're twins, they're fraternal twins. So they're either, I think they were 3 and a half, 4 years old at the time, because we celebrated their birthday before my mom came out. So and I always had a problem with their other grandmother because it was all about her, and why I call her the Queen of Karens. Okay. She wanted to make it a point that we cause a problem, we cause a scene, and we make sure that the owner of the apartments. Hang on one second. Okay, sorry about that. That is life in this house. Like one gal says on YouTube. Hey, we're not all scripted YouTubers. We don't make money, because we want to make money. A lot of them do have to survive and, go on. Excuse me. So anyways, we get this letter and it claims that my little man was very loud, very obnoxious. He was stomping and doing whatever, and I guess my trucker mouth got a hold of me, and it's not the word truck that came out. Sometimes she would hear me say, are you going to walk the dog? No. Are you taking the dog? Sorry about that. Then she proceeded to be very, very rude. And we never met this woman until the day we left. Till the day we left, I went down and introduced myself. I said, my name is Lisa. My kids' dad and I and my little people, we live here, and we're very sorry about all the ruckus and noise you had to hear for like 3 or 4 months. Because we flew there in April. We landed there the same day. And I was so upset that I was lied to the entire time I was there. The gal said, oh, well, that's new because your little dad never said anything about you and those two living there. And I'm sitting there thinking, are you serious? You're going to sit there and bullface lie to my face? Like I said, it was a retirement state. From Montana to Texas, it's all southern states. They are strictly retiree people. Like older folk people. So anyways, I showed the letter to my little dad, and I didn't, and I told him because we were moving to Missouri. Same thing. I was lied to about having a car, a place to live. He wanted a place to couch surf. He wanted a place where we didn't have to pay rent where we lived. We didn't have to do jack nothing. Okay? Jack crap for nothing. Come to find out, his friends, this couple I got to know and I was friends with and this and that, they proceeded to be fine with us staying with them because we were paying them rent, but we were also living in their garage, which was not very nice for me, and I didn't appreciate it one bit. Sorry, doing my hair. I'm gonna do my hair. Hang on. Yeah, with me without my glasses on, that's what I look like. I felt upset. I was very upset. So when I was still over in Wyoming, he took a Greyhound bus and went down to Missouri. And in Missouri were two friends that were originally up here, and and his friend's mom. So I knew 3 people from Washington State. The only 3 people I knew from Washington State: the husband, the wife, and the husband's mom. They had a daughter, which she's high school age now. But the daughter tormented my little people. She picked on them so bad that she didn't care. So the way that this couple worked, all right, mind-wise, they were addicts. For you to be friends with this addict couple, you had to become addicted to something. And unfortunately, they could, and I'm very blessed. I'm hard-headed. And I don't do well with under pressure because I will back out. And I won't be your friend no, I won't. So, anyways, the thing is the husband and wife, they were very adamant to get my little dad hooked on this stuff. So I was like, all right. I break out in hives due to certain chemicals. I had an allergic reaction one time from Tide, the powdered Tide, and something else. So that's what occurred. And the other problem was they would push this stuff on my kid's dad. So we lived there, and one day his mom called one night, because it was nighttime. He was actually we were getting ready to go to bed. We just ate. I guess they made everybody dinner or something. I don't remember. I do remember we were, the 3 of us, well, the 4 of us were sitting and eating, but it was mainly me and our 2 little people sat and ate lunch. Sorry. So anyways, oh, jeez. Sorry. I'm watching Cold Case, and yeah, poor guy. Anyways, so the story went, she needed us to come back. She didn't like us being all the way down there and, not being around my little people. I call them my little people because I've been the one taking care of them for 11 years of their life. They're 12. And this tells you how tall they are. So, I'll show you. So originally here, and then up here. So that's how. This is actually my little man now, and then this is Autumn. This is my Peanut, and then my little man. He getting tall. I know. So anyways, she made a point that she wanted us to come home. Alright, you know. And he came to me and he asked me, he goes, what do you think? I said, okay, you know, let's, this FYI, this is for the Auburn. Okay, it's gonna be a very long video, I'm sorry. Anyways, this is where the Auburn house comes in. Okay, so we come back. We're only allowed to stay 1 month with her. Apparently, she conned her way into having us stay there. Anyways, so we're staying with her, and she starts in. First thing she says is to their dad, when are you getting a job? So I looked at her, I said, why do you want him to have a job? Well, he needs to start helping. I said, you realize I'm disabled, I get money. I'm disabled, I'm on state. She goes, oh. Then I see a light bulb go off in her head. She's like, oh, okay. So while we're living with her, okay, I find out one night that they're scheming together. Mother and son are making a plan, and she knew her son was an addict. So this was their plan of action, right? Okay. The plan was to write a 150-page letter, and this is out of the way she worded things. Make up so much crap that I go to jail. I go to jail. Okay. And he so she wanted to make up so much crap in a 150-page letter to a judge, stating I'm an addict, I'm an addict, I party, I drink, I bring people over, I do this, and I'm strung out, I have mental health issues, I don't take care of my kid, I don't take care of my little people, I leave them home 24/7. Mind you, this was at 10:30 at night. She was up watching TV. And we did every other weekend. We switched off and on every other weekend. We went somewhere, came back. Okay. That was our thing. To diffuse the situation. So, anyways, I'm sitting behind this closet thing. And she had a guy that she was taking care of. We became longtime friends with him. He had polio in his legs. Really sweet gentleman. He comes out. He goes, "What's going on? What's going on?" Mind you, he lived there with us. So he totally understood what she was really like behind closed doors. She put on a show in front of people that she tried to impress and this and that. And anyways, she had it in her head that I was this bad mom. I didn't do my mom job. This and that. So the story went sorry. The story went she and her and her son were gonna make up a 150-page letter to write it when I'm sleeping, put a whole bunch of stuff around me, stage it like I had a party night and this and that. Oh, get this. I told my mom the entire thing. They were also going to tell my little people I'm not their mom. I wasn't their mom. And then, get this, right? They were going to leave town to go to they were going to go to Arkansas. We weren't married. We were... Is this him? The hell? Bill Shepherd. Is this him with the Peter Bucks? Sorry, I had to mute it. Anyways, so they were gonna take them out to Arkansas, and excuse me, sorry. She's always trying to get my videos. Anyways, so the story that they wanted to tell an officer was I was this horrible mom. I didn't do my job. They were going to basically stage it to look like I was a total mess. I was a wreck. They were going to leave town. This is what me and our good friend overheard. And I got excellent memory, and he has pristine, excellent memory. That's exactly what they said. We're gonna plagiarize ourselves to get her put away and use sole custody, make her look as crazy as she is, and this and that. And then, I don't get this, right? I come around the corner. Him and I come around the corner. And before we do, he goes, we got to make it look like, you just came to ask me what movie I'm watching. Just make up, So we pretended like we didn't hear nothing. So we're talking about a movie. And I wasn't loud. I was like this. I was like, oh my God, that was the movie you talked about? Oh my goodness, it was a great movie. They both went. Their mouths dropped because they didn't know I was standing in the kitchen. And they were so engulfed in this story they made up that I don't have their mouth, that they had to cover their tracks real fast. So they were planning this for years. I mean, they planned it a lot. And their family, his side of the family didn't believe me. That, like, up until I moved out, I haven't been back. I did not go back. My mom went down there. She was curious. Down to, we weren't married, but we were together for over 5 years, 5.5. No. Yeah, it would have been 6. I think it was 6.5 years. Yeah, 6.5. Sorry. 6.5 years. I'm being with him. My mother went down there. This year? Yeah, it was this year. My mother was curious. She wanted to see if an old friend of their other grandmother lived there. They were neighbors, and we always went over there and talked back and forth, and And my mother tells me that she no longer lives there. That she moved, I guess. And there was a recent Walmart Plus bag there. It's got Walmart Plus. Oh, okay. It's kind of weird. Sorry. Anyway, so my mother tells me, and she goes, well, she's not there anymore. There was a bag for Walmart delivery there. I said, are you sure? She don't live there. Well, no, the whole apartment's empty. I said, why was there a Walmart delivery bag outside of an empty apartment if she don't live there anymore? It didn't make sense to me, which was odd because I'm like a little detective, and I watch all these police shows and stuff like that. I find things out, So my mom contacts their great aunt, which was their dad's aunt, and she gets a little bit of information here and there, and so finally my mother and I, we sat down and we pieced everything together. So after I left, the other grandmother had a seizure because she could not deal with the fact that her son had issues. When you don't check your children, when you don't have your children checked out by a professional doctor, they end up having mental health issues really bad. And unfortunately, my little's dad was diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar. I didn't know this. For 6.5 years, I had no clue. I was involved with a crazy freaking person. So, anyways, the gal that was friends with their other grandmother moved that same year. She moved in August, I believe, of 2019. The same month that I started living here. That we actually started living here. I gotta start saying that. The three of us, started living here. And I had my mother write to his aunt 3 weeks after I moved out of there. No, 4. Including the week after, the week I moved. She said that she went over there to check on the other grandmother. She wasn't doing good. They had to put her in a assistant living home because her son was so strung out that he forged her signature, had something with her signature, and just rubbed the signature on the checks or whatever to make out, and just told her, yeah, I'll pay your bills and this and that, and he used it for drugs. Yeah, I found that out about 3 years ago. I found that out, and it was something I was like, wow, good thing I don't live there anymore. She goes, yeah, I keep in contact with his family because I was with him for so long. It was almost 20 years I would have been with him, but so just a lot of lies, a lot of I found out he was cheating on me. Found out he got involved with a 46-year-old woman that claimed she was a psychologist or psychiatrist or whatever. He met her at a bar, at a, put it properly, a pub. 2 years before we moved in with his mother again. Yeah, it's not very nice. I was up here when he met this woman, and he proceeded to play victim because he thought I was this mean woman that treated him like crap and talked about him like he was some crazy dude. Well, yeah, he was. Anyway, so he met this gal, and he went and stayed at her house, which I didn't understand about. Apparently they threw some party or something at their house. I think they were swingers, and she was looking for somebody to mess around with. And because we have little people, they didn't want me to come. I think he saw something that he was not supposed to see. And I have a feeling that it had to do something with demon stuff, because he was not himself years later after that incident, because he was shaking uncontrollably, and he was crying and freaking out, and he flipped out, started banging some type of thing on the ground, and threatened me, and a bunch of 9 yards. Yeah, it was really bad. I had to leave because of some safety precautions, and we moved up here, and I just simply told my mother the whole story, what had happened throughout the years. And my mother, she simply goes, oh, you're wanting to get back with him? No. Nice try, though. No, that is not what I said. This is what they were talking about while I lived there, and I was trying to explain to her, this is the situation, this is what went on, I'm trying to tell you all this. She was so adamant that I was wanting to be back with him. Okay, first off, I'm not that stupid. I'm not going to get back with my abuser because I'm so madly in love with him. No. It's so bad that my mother kept saying, well, why are you talking about him if he was this bad? I said, Mom, okay, first off, this is from my point of view, sight. that I witnessed firsthand. I said not only were they going to get me convicted of a fake crime and run away with my little people. Oh, I didn't know it. I said, yeah, you did, because I told you for 5 years that he was strong. He didn't understand what I was saying half the time. He was that delusional and crazy. So anyways, that is my roller coaster of a story. And why I left my little dad. And I hope that I didn't like freak you guys out by thinking that I made all that up. I did not. It is all true. Yes, I did find out that year before anything happened. I found out that he was sending men pictures of me with his face on my pictures. It was weird. Like, the dude sent me screenshots, like, one after another, and they were long paragraphs. I mean, it was like the paragraph went from here to like here, and I'm reading it, and he's calling this guy baby, and I miss you, and I want to see you next time. Now, mind you, where his mom lived in her apartment was down from a cemetery. Okay, I know. We're a weird state. Anyways, so she, yeah, not she. The guy sent me a screenshot, and it was just confessing his dying love to this guy, and I don't want to be with my ex-girlfriend. I want to be with you. I'm so sorry that I didn't tell you I had a girlfriend, and little people, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to lie to you, and this and that. I just sat there. First I was shocked. I was like, what? Okay. Then I kept calling him to come to bed because it was late and he had been up like for 4 hours, really late. So I go out there and he's got his phone like this and he's scrolling and he's going to a part where he was typing out. This was like a long letter, and I didn't get a chance to read it. But the guy he sent it to sent me a screenshot, and it was 12 screenshots.